Okay, picture this. You walk into a room, your heart is pounding, 10 people are looking at you, and someone says, "So, tell us about yourself." What do you say? Honestly, even native speakers panic in that moment. So if that's you right now, stay with us, because today we're fixing that for good.
Yeah, that scenario is way too real. Welcome back, everyone, to Daily English Conversation Club. I'm Leo.
And I'm Zara, and today's topic is something almost every single one of you will need at some point, maybe this week, maybe next month, how to introduce yourself in English, specifically for a job interview and for that nerve-wracking first day at a new job.
Right, because those are two totally different situations, but people mix them up all the time. In an interview, you're kind of selling yourself a little. On the first day, you're just trying to be likable and not awkward.
Exactly. And before we even start, quick favor, if you've ever frozen up during an introduction, just type "I froze" in the comments below. I want to see how many of us have been there. Honestly, I think it's most people.
Oh, it's definitely most people. I remember my first ever interview in English. I literally forgot my own job title. Like I knew what I did every day, but the actual title just vanished from my brain.
See, this is why we're doing this episode. So let's actually break this down. When you walk into an interview and they say, "Tell me about yourself," what they're really asking is not your whole life story.
Right, that's the trap people fall into. They start with, well, I was born in... No, nobody needs that.
Exactly. Keep it relevant. A simple structure that works really well is who you are professionally, what you've done, and why you're excited about this role. That's it. 3 parts.
So something like, I'm a graphic designer with 3 years of experience, mostly working with small businesses, and I'm really excited about this role because I love how creative your brand is.
See, that took you, what, 15 seconds? And it sounds confident, not memorized.
That's the key word, actually. Confident, not perfect. People think they need perfect grammar to sound professional, but honestly, a little hesitation is fine. What matters more is your tone and your energy.
Completely agree. I've interviewed people before, just for context, and the candidates I remembered weren't the ones with flawless English. They were the ones who sounded like they actually wanted to be there.
That's such a good point. Energy beats perfection, basically.
Now, let's talk about day 1 at a new job, because this is a different kind of nervous. There's no pressure to impress anyone for a job offer, but there's this new pressure of, I want people to like me.
Oh, the first day jitters. You walk in, everyone already knows each other, and you're the new face. It's a strange feeling, even for people who are usually confident.
It really is. So here's a tip. On day 1, you don't need a long introduction. Something short and warm works best. "Hi, I'm Zara. I just joined the marketing team. Really happy to be here."
And maybe add one small personal detail, something easy to remember you by, like, I'm Leo. I just joined the design team, and yes, I already found the coffee machine, so we're good.
See? That's perfect because it's friendly, it's short, and it gives people something to respond to.
Right, people don't expect a speech on day 1. They just want a friendly human, not a TED Talk.
A friendly human, not a TED Talk. Okay, that's going in the title of this episode.
Oh, please do. All right, before we move into part 2, let's do a quick interaction. Comment below with one English phrase you'd actually use to introduce yourself at work. Just one. We want to see real examples from you.
Yeah, and if you're enjoying this episode so far, hit subscribe. It genuinely helps more learners find this channel. Okay, let's keep going because next we're going to dig into the actual words and tone that make introductions sound natural instead of memorized.
All right, welcome back. So before the break, we talked about structure, what to say. Now, let's talk about something just as important, maybe more important, how you say it.
Yeah, this is huge because I've seen people write the perfect introduction, memorize it word for word, and then it comes out sounding like a robot reading a script.
Oh, the robot voice. We all know that voice.
We do, and the problem is interviewers notice. It actually makes you seem more nervous, not less, because it's clearly memorized and there's no natural rhythm to it.
So what's the fix then? Because obviously, we're not saying don't prepare.
No, definitely prepare, just don't memorize sentence by sentence. Memorize ideas instead. Know your 3 or 4 key points and let the actual words come out naturally each time. It'll be slightly different every time you say it, and that's actually good.
That's a really good distinction, actually. Memorize ideas, not sentences. I want to share a quick story because this connects to something that happened to a friend of mine.
Go for it.
So she had this whole introduction memorized for a big interview, practiced it like 50 times. But then the interviewer asked a question slightly differently than she expected, and she just froze because her brain was looking for the exact memorized sentence, and it wasn't there.
Oh no, that's exactly what I mean. The memorized version becomes a trap.
Totally. So now she just remembers like 3 bullet points in her head: experience, strength, and goal. And she builds the sentence fresh each time. Honestly, she said it feels way less stressful now.
That's a really relatable story, and I think a lot of our listeners are nodding right now. Let's pause for a second. Comment below, have you ever frozen during a memorized answer? I bet a lot of you have a story just like that one.
Yeah, share it. We genuinely read these. Okay, so now let's bust a myth because there's a big one around this topic.
Oh, I know exactly which one you're thinking of.
Go on then.
The myth that you need to sound formal and advanced to sound professional. People think they need big words, complicated grammar, perfect sentences.
Right. The reality is actually the opposite. Simple, clear English said with confidence sounds far more professional than a complicated sentence that you stumble through.
Exactly. Myth versus reality right there. Simple and confident beats complicated and shaky every single time.
I love that line. Okay, here's a practical tip then, something you can literally use today. When you're nervous and your mind goes blank, use this little sentence starter. Let me tell you a bit about my background.
Ooh, that's a great one because it buys you a second to think and it sounds completely natural.
Right, it's not filler for the sake of filler. It actually leads somewhere. You say that, take a small breath, and then go into your 3 points.
I also like using small connector phrases like so basically or to be honest. They make you sound relaxed even if your heart is racing underneath.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest is doing a lot of work in everyday English. It's one of those real-life expressions that just makes you sound natural.
Okay, mini challenge time because we like giving you something to actually do, not just listen to.
Yes, here it is. Right now, pause this episode for 30 seconds and say out loud, just to yourself, "Hi, I'm your name, and and finish that sentence with one thing about your work or your studies.
Just try it, out loud, not in your head. It feels different when you actually say it.
It really does. Speaking out loud uses a different part of your brain than just thinking it, so this tiny practice genuinely helps.
All right, and quick gamified moment here because we love these. In the comments, type the phrase you'd use to buy yourself time when you're nervous, like the one we just gave you. Best one gets pinned by us.
Ooh, I like that. Let's see your thinking phrases down there. All right, let's take a short pause, and when we come back, we'll go into some specific vocabulary and a tiny grammar point that'll make your introduction sound even smoother.
Okay, we're back for the final part. Let's do a light vocabulary drop. Nothing heavy, just useful words you'll actually use.
Yes, please. Give us the good ones.
First one, background. As in, my background is in marketing. It just means your past experience or education. It's everywhere in interviews.
Good one. Here's mine. A quick learner. People love saying this, and it's true for a lot of us. It just means you pick up new things fast.
Oh, that's a classic. Another one, hands-on experience, means you didn't just study something, you actually did it in real situations.
Nice. And one more from me. Comfortable working under pressure. Super common phrase. Sounds professional, and honestly, most people can say it because, who hasn't worked under pressure at some point?
Right, we've all been there. Okay, now a tiny grammar insight, and I promise this won't feel like a classroom.
Go on, hit us with it.
So, when you talk about your experience, present perfect is your best friend. I have worked in customer service for 2 years. Not I work, not I worked. I have worked, because it connects your past to now.
Right. And it's such a small shift, but it makes you sound more polished without even trying.
Exactly. You don't need to think, oh, what's the grammar rule here? Just remember, experience that continues or matters now, use have plus the past form.
Simple as that. Okay, now let's zoom out a little because I think it's worth remembering the bigger picture here.
Yeah, go for it.
Introducing yourself in an interview or on day one is not a test you pass or fail. It's just a moment, a small moment where someone is meeting you for the first time. And the goal isn't perfection.
It's connection. That's really what it comes down to. People remember how you made them feel, not whether your grammar was 100% correct.
That's such a nice way to put it. Honestly, that takes the pressure off a little, doesn't it?
It really does. Okay, before we wrap up, let's bring back our signature moment. Phrase of the day.
Yes, today's phrase of the day is, let me tell you a bit about myself. Simple, natural, and it works in almost any introduction situation.
Perfect choice. Use that this week if you get the chance, even just practicing with a friend.
All right, quick recap before we go. Keep your introduction to 3 parts: who you are, what you've done, why you're excited. Don't memorize sentences, memorize ideas. And remember, simple and confident always beats complicated and shaky.
And don't forget your day one introduction can be short and warm. You don't need to impress anyone, just be a friendly human.
Not a TED Talk.
Exactly. Okay, listener challenge for this week. Actually introduce yourself out loud to someone, even just practicing in front of a mirror using the 3-part structure we talked about today.
And tell us how it goes. Comment below with the word or phrase from today's episode that you're going to use this week. We genuinely want to see them. It helps us know what's actually sticking with you.
If this episode helped you even a little, hit subscribe. It's free, and it really does help the channel grow so we can keep making these for you.
And share this with a friend who's got an interview coming up. Seriously, this could actually help them.
All right, that's it for today's episode of Daily English Conversation Club. Next time, we're talking about small talk, what to say when there's an awkward silence, because honestly, we've all been there too.
Oh, that one's going to be good. All right, take care, keep practicing, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.